In October of 2012, Superstorm Sandy pounded the East Coast and sent 15 million gallons of seawater into New York City's new South Ferry, state-of-the-art subway station, paralyzing a major New York City transportation link for years to come. It will take about 3 to 4 years and can cost an estimated $600 million to rebuild the newer section, which is located directly under the old South Loop station, according to officials at the Metropolitan Transportation Authority. Until then, the number 1 train will roll through the century-old tunnel as it loops around its last Lower Manhattan stop before heading uptown again. Manhattan's former South Ferry station originally opened in July of 1905 as part of Phase 2 of the New York City subway plan. The reopening of the old South Loop Ferry station on April 4, 2013 is the first in New York City's history.
It's cool to be here, it's historic, and that's about it. So it's great for the Staten Islanders. All you people who live by the mall or need the ferry or live down there in the island, you know, grab the ferry and grab the 1 year again.
South Ferry, which is used by commuters who take the nearby Staten Island Ferry, was the last damaged Manhattan subway station to reopen since Sandy's devastation. The comeback of the old loop hardly signaled a return to normal. Its curved platform can accommodate only half of a 10-car train.
When you're on the first 5, you have to be in the first 5 cars to commute in South Ferry.
The old U-shaped tunnel was used until 2009, when it was replaced by a $5 million plus transportation hub built with post 9/11 recovery funds that could handle 24 trains an hour on 2 parallel tracks. On October 29th, storm waters roared in from nearby harbors into South Ferry, filling it 80 feet deep, said acting MTA chief Fernando Ferreira. The water was pumped out and drained within days.
What we do is we put hoses into the water area, and the pumps then pump it into the hose, and we bring the hoses to the street, and we get rid of the water into the sewer. It looks like a moat, a filthy moat. It's dirty, it's hot, it's really bad smells. It's really a bad scene down there, to tell you the truth. Once we get the pump started, no one can stay down there because the fumes are too much to take in. You get very sick, so you have to come and get fresh air. There's no way anyone can stay down there while we're pumping.
But crews could not revive banks of corroded wires and electrical contacts that held relays, components that delivered signal information, controller switches, and keep trains properly spaced from one another. The old station tracks only took in 3 to 4 feet of water, but there was no long-term component damage. MTA Chief Ferreira said transit officials spent $2 million reactivating its wiring and controls and made sure the tracks were in good shape. The return to the old South Ferry station brings relief to those headed to Battery Park in Staten Island, along with thousands of others who have been using stations within an almost 10-minute walk away in the 5 months since Sandy. For the team fixing the worst damage in New York City subway's history, it's not that simple. While the initial debris was cleaned up, Chief Ferreira says the rest will take up to a couple of years because the damage was so extensive. Major repairs are also needed on rusting staircases and crumbling ceilings due to the powerful seawater. MTA engineers are now studying whether some of the station's electrical infrastructure can be moved to a higher ground to guard against future flooding. Until then, New York City will continue to move forward and resiliently remain the city that never sleeps. Dana Childs reporting, Manhattan, New York.